Students, my classes have been and will be based on the following strategy. I will approach my classes in such a way that students should get equipped themselves with the very basic concept of each and every chapter and the various techniques involved thereon. In my initial videos, sufficient explanation has been given in respect of all the rudimentary lessons of accountancy. I repeat, all the rudimentary lessons of accountancy, such as the entity concept, generalizing techniques, ledger maintenance techniques, etc., etc. Keeping in mind that the students' mastery over these rudimentary lessons are absolutely essential for tackling various accountancy sums to be convincingly worked out by me for you in the days ahead. I suggest students to practice these basic things themselves so that as and when we take up tough and tough sums, rather tough and tougher sums, you will find it yourself very comfortable to follow my classes. Special points of each and every chapter will be explained using a whiteboard. Thereafter, practical questions of each and every chapter of any standard textbook will be worked out. There is no meaning in explaining to you the illustrations of any textbook, which I hope you will be able to manage yourself. I'm sure you will agree with me that it won't be practicable for me to work out the complete practical questions set out in the textbook and post as many videos in this channel. One or two very simple sums of each chapter will be worked out initially, to be followed by a few tough and tougher ones of the chapter. However, you have to support me with the relevant questions being kept ready at your end, either by managing the particular textbook or by noting down my typed version of the same. I will be displaying each and every such typed version of the related question in advance before working out the answer. This will be displayed in such a way that you will find it comfortable to pause the video. I repeat, to pause the video and take it down. While displaying a particular sum already worked out by me, I'm providing you with my entry by entry convincing explanation. I repeat, I reiterate, entry by entry convincing explanation. I'll be simultaneously reading out the relevant part of the question from the textbook available at my end. Well, students, I have got more than 22 years of experience in giving accountancy coaching to the students of almost all the leading schools and colleges in Bangalore. I used to do it only as a passion beyond my office hours. Now that on my retirement, since I would like to continue with this passion, I find that this YouTube channel is a very good platform for reaching out to students and helping them out in clearing their doubts and making them comfortable with the subject accountancy. Finally, please subscribe to my channel so that I get sufficient motivation in continuing with this work. Thank you, my dear students, and all the very best. Hello, students. Welcome. Welcome back to BALAS Accountancy Special Classes. Episode number BAS 009. I have a request to those of you who have not watched my preceding episodes BAS 005 to 008, the 4 number of videos. Kindly watch it and join this class so that you will be more comfortable, much more comfortable you will be. Okay. Well, today also we are continuing with the very chapter cash book. And there will be just one more class as far as cash book is concerned. The following class, wherein we will be discussing triple column cash book. Triple column cash book means kindly don't be under the impression that the cash, bank, and discount. No, that's that part is taken off from your syllabus, that discount part. It will be cash, bank number 1, bank number 2. Okay, it's very much in your syllabus. I am trying to cover each and every element of your syllabus. Okay, and you are welcome. Give me the feedback so that I will rectify myself and include more and more areas also. Fine. Today, the page number is 11.64 and 11.65 practical questions. Question number 20, 21, and 22. Just 3 numbers we are working out. I have a request, please work out maximum questions of this chapter, cash book, in view of its vital importance that I have already emphasized in the previous episodes. Well, incidentally, I want to tell you one thing. I maintain a very simple channel. Okay. From A to Z of this work, including typing out, editing also, I only do. There is absolutely no hand to help me out. I not availed any professionals or any experts or any assistant service for this work. I'm a retired person. I enjoy doing this one. So I request, in case you find it's worth, please subscribe and also inform your fellow students to subscribe. Further, the quality of this video, some of you may find it not up to the mark, since I not engage any professional or expert for the purpose of upgrading the quality of my video. It may be done in due course. Mostly it will be done also. Well, you know that to make an income by running a education channel in YouTube is almost ruled out. I'm a retired person, so carefully I'll be spending my money, right? In due course, if I find, okay, there are sufficient number of subscribers and many people are interested, it is better to upgrade the infrastructure, means I will certainly invest. Okay. Thank you. So let us start with the very first sum, question number 20. Thank you. Well, friends, let us take up question number 20. As usual, I am pausing it for a while to enable you to take it down. Please do so. We have to arrive at the answer. Cash in hand is 25,000 and bank balances rupees 3,725. Okay. Well, let me explain entry by entry. The answer worked out by me for you. Commence business rupees 1 lakh, of which rupees 20,000 were borrowed from Mr. Rathan. So 80,000 only practically capital part and 20,000 is a loan part. So to capital account 80,000 and loan taken from Mr. Rathan will be accounted under to loan from Rathan account 20,000. This is an external liability, this is an internal liability. Okay, fine. This much at least remember, capital part is 80,000 and loan is not to be mixed up with the capital. It should be shown separately. The loan from Rathan account 20,000. Open current account with Punjab National Bank. See, this the word current account, everything should not make you confused at all. Only current account can be opened for business purpose. Savings bank account is for our personal accounts, individual accounts. Practically, the sentence can be reframed like that. For the purpose of opening bank account, we have deposited 75,000 rupees into the bank. It's a contra entry. Bank to cash 75,000. Cash by bank 75,000. That's all. Bought goods by check 60,000. By purchase account 60,000. Since these are all simple transactions, I'm not explaining it many times. Okay, single explanation will do because you have handled similar transactions so many in the preceding videos. Okay. Purchased a typewriter for rupees 4,000 and spent rupees 500 on its repairs. You know that when an asset is purchased, and any incidental expenditure also will be the forming part of the asset. So total is 4,500. It should be booked under office equipments because typewriter is an office equipment. So buy office equipment in the cash column 4,500. Why in the cash column? They are not told us it is. They're using check or something like that. Okay. Paid petty cash expenses 200. Any payment to the petty cashier will be booked under the account head petty cash account. So by petty cash account 200. Transferred from current account to fixed deposit account in the bank. It is nothing bad. I told the banker, listen, sir, I don't want this much money in the regular account. Let there be a fixed deposit. Transfer to the extent of 5,000 from my regular account and open a fixed deposit. That's all. So by fixed deposit 5,000. We have opened an account called by fixed deposit account 5,000. It is going to be an asset by fixed deposit account 5,000. Okay, fine. Sold goods for cash rupees 25,000 and check 15,000. Okay. Whenever we encounter check, it is better to see whether the check has been deposited on the same day or in the following day. I told you I always read the complete sums. Then only I'll start attending it. Okay. So I find that the very next day only this check has been deposited. So on the date of receipt, it will be taken as check in hand 15,000 to sales 15,000. And as far as the cash is concerned, of course, cash to sales 25,000. Okay. And when I deposit the above, they have mentioned on 13, deposit the above check into the bank means what will be the entry? Bank to check in hand 15,000. And this check in hand has got nullified, resulting in what happened? Bank to sales 15,000. Okay. Next one. Purchase good from Ram Singh on credit. You know that on credit means doesn't have a place in the cash book. It will be routed through the respective day book. Being a purchase, it will be routed through the purchase day book only. So at this moment, let us not worry about this transaction for cash book purpose. Next day, settle Ram Singh's account by check. I paid him off. To the extent of physical payment made will come into the cash book 24,750. So by Ram Singh account 24,750 since it is through bank in the bank column. That's all. Send a check in payment of the fees of proprietor's son. It is not for business purpose. It's for personal purpose. Whatever way they utilize for personal purpose, we are not bothered. It is for personal purpose and to be accommodated under the headings drawings. By drawings 500 in the bank column because send a check. That's why. Or through a check it has been handled, not directly taken from the cash box. Okay. Cash sales received a check. Why they mentioned cash sales means some students will immediately jump and put it in the cash column. No. And received a check. And received a check also, I told you. Please have for more patience. Has it been deposited on the same day? No, I find on the next day only it has been deposited. Cash sales received a check, right? Nothing. So completely check only. So for the moment it is check in hand to sales 4,000 because the check has been deposited on the next day. So bank to check in hand when I deposited 4,000 as shown. The following day only it has been deposited on 28th they said. Incurring and incidentally a collection charge. What is this collection charges all about? It must have been an outstation check. Banker told, listen, I will charge you 25 rupees. Okay, you take it, Baba. It is going to be booked under an expenditure called by bank charges. In the bank column, 25 rupees. And check in hand will be 4,000. Okay. Never show here 3,725 because it will not get nullified, and that is not the way. The original check in hand will be as it is 4,000 you have to show. In the expenditure, you can show 25. Bank must have shown you 3,725 only, but this debit and credit transaction net amount will come to 3,725. Okay, more you will learn when I will be teaching you bank reconciliation. But 4,000 here and 25 rupees in the expenditure column. Fine. If you go and take up the bank passbook, there may be only 3,725 entries. But this minus this is equivalent to 3,725, no? Okay. Next one. Repaid the loan from Ratan including interest 18% per annum. When we introduced the loan, what was the entry we made? The loan from Ratan account. Just reverse that. Buy loan from Ratan account 20,000. And interest is an expenditure. Interest payable on a loan taken is an expenditure. Buy interest on loan 300. How is 300 came? 18% on 20,000 per year, 3,600. Okay. For 1 month, it is 300. So buy interest on loan account 300. Proportionately, we should take, na? Yes. And of course, balance the ledger. Cash, close the and total the heavier side. That will be invariably debit side, 1,25,000. Put it the other side. Find the difference, 25,000. Fill against by balance carried out. When, as far as the balancing of bank is concerned, you have a choice to make a fair assessment whether credit side is more or debit side is more. I find, okay, here also debit side only more. Total it, put it this side, fill the difference against balance carry on 3,700 or these are the closing balance which your dear author also has agreed to. Let us bring it down next day to balance brought for 25,000 and 3,700. It's a very simple sum. Only thing what is that loan from Ratan. That's a new element. You nothing else. Otherwise, everything is very simple and interest part. Okay. Thank you. That's all. Thanks a lot. Well, students, let us take up the next question. That is question number 21. As usual, I am posing the question for a while to enable those of you who could not manage this question or this textbook. The remaining part. Well, we have to arrive at the closing cash in hand as rupees 5,000 and the bank overdraft of rupees 5,880. And also to ensure this closing cash in hand 5,000, we are supposed to make a deposit of 15,400. Okay. Well, then let me explain to you the answer I have worked out for you. Entry by entry as usual. Brought forward, cash in hand 15,000, bank 8,000. Okay. Brought forward and brought down one and the same. Okay. Sold goods to X on credit rupees 10,000. You know that it's a credit transaction. Doesn't have a place in the cash book. It has to be routed through the respective day book. That is nothing but sales day book, and hence I'm ignoring it now. Right. Next. Sold goods for rupees 20,000. Received check from the discount allowed 2.5%. Check was deposited into bank on 7th March. We know that. The sale has taken place on 5th. Check received, I have kept it with me and been deposited on 7th. Hence, it's a question of check in hand. So check in hand account debtor 19,500 to sales 19,500. Why 19,500? 2.5% of 20,000 is nothing but 500. Net of that. Okay, fine. Now on 7th it has been deposited. Of course, I have to show in my cash book. So bank to check in hand 19,500. So check in hand has got nullified, resulting in the net transaction as bank to sales 19,500. I have explained this phenomenon very often. Okay, fine. Next, on 10th, purchase goods from Zurich on the terms of 5% cash discount if payment is made within 3 days. So be very careful. The amount of purchase is of course 20,000. Let's see whether we have been successful in complying with this 3 days, or we have been able to successfully avail this discount by paying within 3 days. Yes, we have paid next day on 12th. Payment made to Zurich, half in cash and half by check. Okay, that is on 12th. But today, what are you going to do? For the moment, it's a question of credit sales. Now, how much will you book in the sales day book? Is it a net of cash discount or a full amount? Certainly full amount. I don't know. what is going to happen. Even if I know also, sales will be originally booked at its gross value. So 20,000 rupees. Okay, that's a different thing altogether. It has to be routed through the sales day book. So on 10th, there is no transaction whatsoever to be figured in my cash book. Okay, right. 12th, when I make a payment to Suresh, I will enter it as follows. Buy Suresh 9,500 cash and buy in the bank column 9,500. Why? 5% of 20,000 is 1,000. So 1,000 discount I have successfully availed. Balance to be paid to him is 19,000. I am paying him equally with cash and bank. Hence this entry. Okay, fine. Next, received a bank draft for rupees 6,820 from Ziaram in full settlement of rupees 7,000 due from him. Send the draft to the bank. So what has been the amount of the instrument, whether it is check or draft, what has been 6,820. So practically an amount received from Mr. Siaram has been deposited into the bank. So entry will be nothing but bank to Siaram 6,820. The 7,000, everything is immaterial for us. Okay. The difference, of course, to be accounted to journal proper as an income received due from him. Sorry, it's not an income received, it's a discount allowed. Anyway, I'm not showing all this minor thing in the journal proper, only critical entries only I'm showing. Okay, so I'm just explaining to you that whatever has been the physical amount of the check or DD has to be booked in the cash book, and that we are successfully booked. Okay, that's sufficient for the cash book purpose. 16th, settle Pawan's account of rupees 5,000 at a discount of 5%. First of all, let me work out what is the discount amount, 250. So balance is how much? 4,750. Who has been paid? Pawan. So payment by Pawan 4750. My friends there. Okay, fine. Next. Goods worth rupees 8,000 were purchased from Sunil on 5th March. Its payment was made today by check after deducting 5% cash discount. Whatever has been made today, physical movement is how much? What is the 5% of 8,000? It is nothing but 400. So net of 400, 8,000 minus 400, it is 7,600. Now I should say whether I paid him with cash or check. It has clearly made his payment by check. So nothing but by Sunil in the bank column 7,600. Okay, next. 18. Withdrawn from bank rupees 20,000 and furniture was purchased for 15,000 and the balance taken by the proprietor. First, withdrawn from the bank. We are an expert. So contra entry. What will be the contra entry? Cash to bank 20,000. Obviously, bank by cash 20,000. Matrix. Now, payment has been made. That's another thing. Okay. What is that? By furniture, how much amount? 15,000. Since the another 5,000 practically the proprietor has utilized for his personal requirement by drawing 5,000. We know that. That's all. Matrix there. On 20th, received a check from Devi for rupees 2,815 full settlement of deducting 5%. Endorsed the check to Goel on 22nd March. Anyway, we need not make any extra calculation to go back to original amount or anything like that. Basically, we understand that a check received has been endorsed to somebody. And I have repeatedly told you in my various episodes, preceding episodes, that a check received and found to be endorsed to somebody has got no place whatsoever in the cash book. And let me ignore it. That's all. That will suffices your requirement. Okay, I not figured it in the cash book anywhere. Okay, fine. 22nd, place an order with J Traders for goods of the value of rupees 10,000 and send a check of rupees 8,000 with the order. Right. Order means purchase order, of course. Purchase order and everything is hardly matches for a Cash book. Cash book, we are concerned about what is the physical outflow of cash or through bank. It is 8,000. So to whom we have paid it? Day traders. So by day traders in the bank column, 8,000. That's all. A check has been paid to somebody for 8,000. That's all you should think. You should not think any one word extra, because that much time waste. When you will be sitting for a professional examination only, you'll see that. They frame the question in such a way that not even a single unwanted thought creeps in your mind and you're wasting your time. That's all. Okay. 23rd. Purchase furniture by check of rupees 6,000. So what's the entry? 23rd. Buy furniture, how much? 6,000. Nothing for yes, fine. Okay, furniture has been paid, purchased rather, and I paid to bank. That's all. Cash sales rupees 15,000, half of which deposited into bank. Cash sales rupees 15,000. So what's the entry? Cash to sales 15,000. I could have shown directly, but since half has been deposited directly into the bank, I don't have to show a contra entry and make the matter a little more complicated, because you have been allowed, rather it is very much allowed by your Cbse council, if the date of purchase or payment and any deposit has been affected instantly to the bank, okay, you can directly show it in the bank column. So to the extent of the money directly moved to the bank on the same day, I am showing in the bank column 7,500, and whatever moved to the cash box in the cash column. That's all. I hope that is very clear. Right. Next, on 25th, X settled his account by payment of rupees 10,150, rupees 150 being the interest charge. This you have to be a little careful. Someone has settled his account by paying 10,150, and they are very categorical. Out of that 150 is being interest charge. That means originally in my books of account against his name only 10,000 were there. Is it not? So that 10,000 I will show by cash 10,000. Because I owed him only 10,000 only. That is the amount I have been showing as a credit in my account. Because when I settled him means I owe him, naturally it was a credit. So 10,000 to the extent of the basic amount what I have paid him, I have shown in the bank column 10,000. Did I confuse you or? Interest charge, yes. This is, well, 25th, X settled his account by payment of rupees 10,150, rupees 150 being the interest charge. So the basic amount I've shown to X account 10,000, and as far as an income what I gained by way of interest 150. Reason being, his account originally stands in my book only to the extent of 10,000. That I have nullified first. Then the balance what he has paid is towards an income for his delayed payment. I have earned by way of interest earned. So that has been credited to interest account 150. What happens had I shown the entire 10,150 against his account? Obviously, there will be balance will surface against his account as if I had to refund him. So don't do that mistake. Okay. Whatever account stands against his name has to be nullified, and the extra payment interest has to be suitably accounted. Here 10,000 rupees I received from him and I squared his account, cash to X account. And the balance 150 rupees, whatever he has paid, is practically an income I have earned by way of interest. The cash to interest account, credit the nominal account. Okay, credit or incomes and gains. Clear now? Yes. Now, next one, on 27th, pay rent to landlord Rakesh by check rupees 2,000. If someone's name mentioned, we don't have to bother. It's an expenditure. Okay. Rent payment through check. Simple journal entry, buy rent in the bank column, 2,000 rupees. That's all. Cashed a check for rupees 10,000 and paid salaries in cash. Okay. We are getting a new concept here. What do you mean by cashed a check? It's nothing but a synonym for the sentence withdrawn from the bank. So when you withdrawn from the bank, what will be the journal entry? Cash to bank 10,000, a contra entry, and obviously bank by cash 10,000. Okay. Because why cash by they say that yes, you have made a self check and the bank here encashed it. Practically, what has been the process? You have withdrawn money from the bank. For that, we know very well what's the journal entry. Cash to bank, that's all. Bank by cash, a contra entry. That much only you should say. Next, of course, they have utilized this cash and made a salary payment of 8,000. That's a different aspect. By salary, 8,000 in the cash column. Okay. First withdraw. For that, we have shown the proper entry, a contra entry, and thereafter payment on the same day. For that also, I'm showing cash payment, salary. Okay. Next one. Deposited into bank. Balance of cash in excess of 5,000. Okay. This kind of adjustment we have done several adjustments in the previous videos, right? So how to go about it? What has been my balance, available balance before this adjustment? Cash, obviously, debit side, total 62,650. Credit side, before this adjustment, if this plus this plus this plus this plus this, if you add, you will get 42,250. Okay. 9 plus 4. Okay, correct. I understood it. Better use a calculator and satisfy yourself. So minus 42,250, available balance is 20,400. And you are instructed, the cashier has been instructed, Baba, just keep 5,000 rupees. Balance in debit to the bank. How much? Leave behind that 5,000 and balance is 15,400. Have it deposited. A contra entry. You are an expert. Bank cash 15,400. Cash by bank 15,400. Best. The matter is over. Now, as usual, let me balance my cash book on 31st March, month end. Cash column. I close my eyes and total the debit side first. 62,650. I have put it across. I found a difference, 5,000, which when otherwise also we have satisfied ourselves. And bank column, a careful examination, I find that credit side is more. So total the heavier side, 63,100. Put it across. Find the difference, 5,880. What kind of balance it is? It's a debit balance or credit balance? Balance carried on. Desired on the basis of opposite side, wherever balance carried on is retained. So it's a credit balance. Obviously, bank overdraft. And cash, of course, it's a debit balance. This has to be brought down the next day, which I have not shown here. How you brought it down? Tell me. April 1st, to balance brought down and by balance brought down in the respective column, the respective amount. Thank you, students. So, students, next question number 22. As usual, I am posing the question. Please take it down. And the balance part. Well, cash in hand has to be 6,420 and bank overdraft has to be rupees 9,410. I'm re-showing this much and the balance part. Okay, let me explain to you what I have worked out for you. Balance brought down, cash in hand to balance brought down 14,800. Bank overdraft in the credit side 32,700. On 4th, sold goods, received check, deposited the same day. Very easy. Bank sales 4,950. Sold goods to Naveen on credit. We know that. On credit means just summarily ignore for the cash book purpose. Received from Naveen a check for rupees 9,500 in full settlement of his account. I have already told you, I am in the habit of reading the complete questions once or twice. I already found that this check has not moved to the bank on the same date. It has to be kept as check in hand. Yes. So the journal proper will be check in hand 9,500, discount allowed 500 to Naveen 10,000. Because his account was 10,000. Yes, he has been credited for 10,000, suffering myself a discount of 500. Check since has not been deposited in the bank, I put it under check in hand. The entire thing in the journal proper. Okay. Now, next one. Sold goods to Muralidhar on credit. Summarily ignore it. That's all. On credit. That's all. Take receipt from Naveen endorsed to Praveen in full settlement of his account. Yes. I already told you that I had kept it under check-in hand account. It has been endorsed to whom? Mr. Praveen for settling his account of 9,800. So he has been debited. Debit the endorsee to the extent of his account settled. That is 9,800. Check-in hand has to be an unchanged figure 9,500. Obviously, I have received discount 300. Okay. Naveen has been settled with a check of 9,500 means we have indirectly received a discount 300. The check in hand got nullified. Okay. Next. Received check from Ram 12,500, allowed him discount 200. Okay. This also, I find that it has been handled later on. So for the moment, check in hand account at 12,800, discount allowed 200 to Ram 13,000. Okay. When I have received from somebody 12,800 and informing him, well, boss, you are allowed a discount of 200 means you have been settled to the extent of 13,000. And 16 paid into bank, including Ram's check, 15,000. Okay. Some new elements. This sum is a class sum. I like it. Please do it many times. Okay. Paid into bank, including Ram's check, 15,000. So total payment into the bank has been 15,000. Bank has to be essentially debited 15,000, but to the extent of check in hand with 12,800, balance cash 2,200. That's what they said. I have made a deposit into the bank for a total amount of 15,000, out of which 12,800, which obviously we have kept under check in hand, balance being cash. On 18th, check from Ram retained dishonored and bank debits their account in respect of charges on this check rupees 20. Discount not withdrawn. This is a very, very serious entry. Carefully read it once again. Check from Ram retained dishonored and bank debits our account in respect of charges on this check rupees 20. Discount not withdrawn. When someone's check has been dishonored, he has to be debited. Because when I received from somebody, I credited him. So naturally, when the check is dishonored, he has to be debited. Debited to what extent? Tell me. 12,000 rupees, I had originally received from him 12,800 rupees a check. But he has caused me to spend another 20 rupees. Bank has demanded. That also will recover from you. So overall, you will be debited with 12,820. By Ram, 12,820. You may ask, why not check in hand? Check in hand has already been nullified, is it not? Yes. The Ram is now surfacing afresh for an amount of 12,820. is answerable to me now 12,820. I had nullified your account saying on good faith your check is okay, but it's supposed to be bad to the extent of 12,800. And you owe me another 20 rupees because bank just charged me 20 rupees. And that thing I am loading on it. So that's why by RAM account 12,820. Okay, fine. 19. Received the amount of returned check and bank charges in cash from RAM. Very, very serious entry. Please read it once again. Received the amount of returned check and bank charges in cash from RAM. So how much amount I have to receive from him? Obviously 12,820. Okay. So that is the account I have debited him, including bank charges. So that amount I received. So cash to RAM 12,820. Why not in the bank column? They are not told it's check or anything like that. Now, instructed the bank to issue a draft to rupees 5,000 in favor of Sham. Bank charge rupees 40 for issuing draft. When I make payment to somebody, I should debit him. So by Sham 5,000. Of course, incidentally, bank told me if you want a demand draft, the secured payment means pay me bank charges 40. So that I suffered under by bank charges 40. That's all. Muralidhar settled his account by means of a check for rupees 6,200, including rupees 200 as interest charged from him. Lodged the check into bank. Okay. Lodged the check into bank means it's nothing but deposited the check on the same date. Okay. Right. So how much is the amount? 6,200. Okay. So to Muralidhar, to the extent basically owes me, and balance by way of income I have earned to interest 200. We had done similar one in previously. Okay? Yes. Why I have shown in the bank column, lodged into the bank on the same date, it has been mentioned. Paid rupees 5,000 by check for cash purchase. Cash purchases means it is not credit purchase. That's all. That means for making purchase by payment, maybe by cash or by check. You have to make purchase instantly making payment. Here, what kind of instant payment we have made? Is it cash instant payment or check instant payment? Check. So instant by purchase in the bank column. That's all. Sudhir, who owed as rupees 8,000, became bankrupt and paid as rupees 50 paise per rupee. That means half. 4,000 I received from Sudhir. For that, you are an expert. Cash to Sudhir 4,000. The remaining 4,000 has to be done through a journal proper. Bad debts to Sudhir. So Sudhir account of 8,000 has been squared up. Here a credit 4,000 and here also a credit 4,000. Okay. Paid salary to Manohar Lal 3,000 by salary. Just because somebody's name is mentioned, never write that. It's a salary payment. Okay, it's a nominal account. That matters. 3,000. Bank, new terminology. Bank means deposited into the bank. Maybe cash or by check or anything. Deposit into the bank. So what's the entry? Bank to cash, 20,000. Cash by bank, 20,000. A contra entry. Now that I have to balance the account as usual. Cash column closing my debit side 31,620. I have put it across. I found the difference as 6,420. That I am filling against balance carried on. Okay, balance carried on. Right. Well, the next, as far as the bank is concerned, I will carefully assessed and found that okay, 55,560. The credit side is more. Total that first. Put it this side and fill the difference here also against balance carried on. How much is that? 9,410. Okay. That's a closing balance. Of course, obviously next day we'll bring it down. This one will be by balance brought down 9,410. And this one will be to balance burden 6420. Well, students, we have explained fully the sum. Every element has been explained. Okay. I hope you understood it thoroughly. Well, students, that's the end of today's class. Okay. We'll be having one more class as far as cash book is concerned. That will be the very next class, BAC 010 it will be. With that, I will be concluding the cash book. And that following class is also very important class in the sense it will be triple column cash book. Triple column cash book means please don't be under the impression that discount column is there. That was all previously. It has been taken off from your syllabus. This triple column cash book means there will be two separate banks as well as cash. So overall 3 columns. And that will be a little tough one. Maybe you have to do it many times. Okay. Okay. See you next class. Take care. Have a nice day. All the very best.